Welcome back to Golf and Curious. Today we've got Rob Henderson, who I've known for about 4 years. He's got me through 2 Ironmen over those 4 years, and hopefully he's going to get me through to a single figure handicap. We're going to be working together over the next few months. Mobility, strength,
speed,
bit of flexibility.
Power, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, perfect. Not just for me though, but for all you guys out there. Rob will be doing a physio golf series for us. Really looking forward to having you. Thanks for joining us, and let's get cracking.
So today we're going to go through a bit of a golf screen for any golfer that I would take through this screen. So
perfect.
First off, we're going to go through a load of mobility tests. So that'll range from like all the way from the ankle all the way up to like your neck, wrists, all of that sort of stuff. Then we'll have a look at a little bit of strength work. There's lots of different ways to test strength, but within this, obviously, it's great that we've got this gym environment. So we'll have a look at that, see what your strength's like, and then we'll have a look at just capacity and muscular endurance, see what your body's capable of, like both legs, both arms, and then we'll come up with the results and kind of look at what your strengths and weaknesses are from there. The first test that we're going to do is going to be a knee to wall test. So that's testing ankle mobility around the front of our ankle. We'll see how we get on. You're shaking your head at that one.
It ain't good.
So we'll have a look at that. We've got a ruler here just to have a look at what sort of measurement we'll get. So yeah, should we get started with the test? Yeah.
I know this is going to be painful. Why am I doing this?
So ankle dorsiflexion, which means kind of this movement of your ankle where your toes come up towards your head.
Yeah.
It's important for golfers to have that range of motion within their ankles. If you think when you turn and you swing, you have to kind of be able to get your knees like over your toes or within that range. So both sides, again, when you're following through, you're kind of using both sides of your ankles. So it's good to have good mobility in that.
Okay.
So we'll give it a measure, yeah? So all I want you to start off with is your toes on the wall and just try and move that knee towards that wall.
Like that?
Yeah, okay, so,
cool.
So that's fine, and we're looking for like the heel not to like raise off the ground.
Yeah.
So if you do that again, and if your heel comes off, so lift it up, that would be like a fail test. So you've completed that, so you can move your heel your toes a little bit further back. Okay, that's good. Keep going. Keep going until you find like that's enough.
Oh, we're getting there, but just
keep going.
What excuses can I think of? Calves are a bit tight, Rob.
You should feel a little bit of a stretch in there.
There's no way I'm getting there at that distance.
So now move a bit further forward. Yeah.
Fail.
Slightly further forward. Okay, just about. So keep your foot there, don't move it. We're around about 5 centimeters on that.
We've measured 8 centimeters on the right and 5 on the left, which is pretty poor. Where are we meant to be at?
So roughly kind of a good score on this type of test would be around about 12.5 centimeters or above.
So I'm miles off.
Bit stiff in those ankles, bit tight in those calves, but it's something that we can work on, and getting along this series we'll talk about that and of how to improve that type of score.
Cool. What's up next?
So overhead squat. Yeah.
Oh no.
Like them.
Oh no. Rob, I don't even literally know if I can do a squat. Okay, Rob, overhead squat.
Yeah.
Ready to embarrass me on camera?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Gonna show me what I'm meant to be doing?
Okay, I'll give it a go. Okay. So overhead squat, we've taken a 4 iron, so it's like a pretty long club. You could do this with like a 2 iron, 3 wood driver. So all you're going to start off with is, the club's going to be on your head, and then from there you're just going to pop it on your back. Feet are going to be roughly about shoulder width apart, or just wider than shoulder width. Then you're going to pop that club above your head, and then you're going to try squat down as deep as you can with that. It should look like this. I'm not the best at it, but yeah, give it a go. So you're going from there, just going down and back up, down and back up. So start with it on your head.
Oh, head there, yeah.
Yeah, and then just go from there.
Then my feet.
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay.
Perfect. And then above your head.
Up.
Okay, now squat down. Good. Okay, so for everyone watching at home, you can see you're kind of leaning forward.
Oh yeah.
So do one more rep again.
I mean, that's as far as I can go without tipping forward.
Yeah.
More.
So where do you feel that? Where do you feel that tightness?
Back, shoulders,
Yeah.
mainly like upper back, like across there. Yeah.
That just shows that shows it's a great test, and it shows that you've got like a upper body like mobility sort of restriction there. So again, that's probably one of the weaker sides of this screen. So something that we can develop through the series. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, Rob, we've realised that I've got horrendous flexibility in my ankles, horrendous flexibility in my back, or mobility. What's next? How are you going to embarrass me now?
Okay, next two tests that we're going to kind of do 2 in 1. So this is assessing kind of like lower back flexibility and a bit of the hamstrings as well, a bit in the glutes as well. So we're going to do a toe touch, and we're going to do some side flexions as well.
Okay.
Yeah, just looking at that range of motion, flexibility around the hamstrings and lower back as well. Yeah.
Cool.
The toe touch is going to be feet together. Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but okay.
Feet together.
Yeah.
And then all you're going to do is try and bend forward, keep those knees nice and straight.
So legs
Bend
locked
down
almost.
as far as you can towards, see how far you can get with that.
Not very, but I can really feel a pull there.
So go back, straighten these knees up. That's
They are
it.
straight.
So you come up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's it, good. Okay, now try and touch your shins from there. Okay, that's fine. So we're getting roughly just below mid shin. That's kind of like the measurement we'll go from there. If you had a tape measure, you could just go from here. You can measure from that finger to like this bony part in your ankle as well.
Okay, and obviously I'm trying to get down to single figures.
Yeah.
I assume I need to be further down there?
The better hamstring flexibility you have, what it does is sometimes hamstring flexibility has been associated with things like lower back pain.
Yeah.
So
I suffer from lower back pain.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So having nice, strong, and flexible hamstrings, we'll have a look at the strength of them a little bit later on.
Cool.
Is good to help reduce that risk of getting lower back pain. Most common golf injury you can get is lower back pain.
Yeah, as you can imagine. Yeah.
So yeah, it's great just to assess that from there. So the next one, take a wide stance apart.
Just more bit further than shoulder width?
Yeah,
or?
a bit shoulder,
Okay.
hands down by your side.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to reach as far as you can down one side. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Try to keep yourself nice and straight.
Oh, you're asking a bit, Rob. Come on.
Leaning forward a bit. Okay. So with that one, we're getting roughly about sort of just below. Yeah.
Yeah, good for a 33-year-old though.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
Cool.
do it on the other side.
We're not all spring chickens like you, Rob. We play off. What do you play off again?
Plus 0.5.
Ooh, so Monk is good at golf. Really?
So it's going to go up soon, but yeah.
Nice.
So it's about equal both sides if you look at that.
Yeah.
Do you feel any tightness within that?
I mean, I'm feeling it really pinching, like
Yeah,
sort of
definitely.
backgrounds here.
Yeah. Again, if you're quite tight in that, and again with the golf swing, there's lots of kind of like side bend, like both sides when you're swinging.
Yeah.
So it's good to have good flexibility in those areas as well, and to be strong in those areas too. So the next test is going to be looking at shoulder mobility. So we're going to be looking at shoulder external rotation, which is this movement of our shoulder, or this movement if we were kind of had our arms by our side. So obviously in the golf swing, you've got to be able to get your shoulder back there in the backswing, and then with this shoulder as well, when you're following through, you've got this side as well. So
Yeah.
we're going to assess both sides.
Okay.
We'll assess this right side, and I know you mentioned that on that right side you had that previous like operation
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
so we might see a difference with that. It's going to be face down, so lie face down with the test, and we're just going to use like the measure app on your phone just to measure that angle, so you can see there it's just kind of tilting.
Is that on the app? Is that on App Store? Can anyone get that?
Yeah, it's already on your phone. It's, you know, yeah, it's just signed as like measure.
So I guess
Yeah.
if you're at home, you can get a friend, a partner,
Yeah.
or whoever, sibling, doesn't matter, and guess they can use it and
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
go.
perfect, yeah. So I'll show you how to measure it. So your arm's just going to be in that position there, and then all you're going to do is try bring the back of your hand towards the ceiling as far as you can up. Yeah, that's it, good. Nice, so keep it in that position, and then we're just measuring down the forearm. So I had around about 25 degrees on that. So
25?
Off 90 degrees, so that's 90 degrees there.
Yeah.
So you take that off 25. So quick maths.
Quick maths, come on.
That is
65.
65, there we go. So that'll be your shoulder range of motion on that side, and then we'll test both sides, yeah.
And where's it meant to be?
It's meant to be roughly about 90 degrees, so it should be around about parallel with the plinth.
Okay.
Yeah, so something we need to work on.
Okay, we've had a chat off camera. This is the one I'm actually most worried about. We're going to look at hips.
Yeah.
Okay, show me what we've got.
Hip internal and external rotation.
Yeah.
So internal rotation is going to look like this. So you're going to try and bring that hip, your foot out to the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then external rotation is going to be going across
the other way.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's just like, honestly, like years cycling, running, sport, all the rest of it. I just haven't looked after like my hips, hip flexors, all tight. They've always been tight. So
yeah.
See what
and obviously having like good rotation in your hips, that has shown to like reduce your likelihood of developing lower back pain as well. So it does have that link.
So important.
And within your golf swing as well, it's important to be able to like rotate your hips in your back swing.
Boom.
Yeah,
Through.
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's give that a test. Just gonna have like your knee underneath the towel there.
Like that?
Perfect, that's great. Again, we're just gonna measure it on both sides. Okay, so from there, you're just gonna keep that knee there and just bring that foot out to the side as far as you can.
You ready?
Yeah, go for it. Okay, right, so we're just going to measure that from there.
I'm going to try and get a bit more
try
for
get
you.
as far as you can.
I am. I think somebody's going to snap, Rob.
And stop there, perfect. So
shaking.
That's it, stop there. 38 degrees on that side. Yeah, and now let's go on the other side, yeah, perfect. So you kind of just have to go like across here. That's it, good. Perfect. Just go inside of the calf. Keep going further, bit further, push it, and relax. So 36 for external rotation, yeah. So averages should be around about 45 each way, so we're not far off, but we could definitely improve that rotation at your hip there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll really help with kind of your golf swing as well.
Yeah, so next few weeks we'll get on camera again for me and for everyone else, and we'll work on that.
Definitely, yeah. Next test. So we're going to have a look at thoracic rotation. Thoracic is like the mid part of your back, thoracic spine, and your cervical spine, which is in your neck. Yeah.
So my neck.
Yeah, your neck.
Very medical.
Perfect.
Okay.
So we're going to have a look at like what the mobility is like, both left and right side. Yeah. Cool. So you're going to take the club. We're going to do this test in seating as well, because if I was to do this in standing, I've now like rotated my hips.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas if we do it in seating, we've restricted those joints from moving. Yeah. Club across your chest. Across. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
And now I just want you to rotate either side as far as you can.
I'll go left first.
Yeah.
Oh, keep my neck. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. No, turn your neck as well. That's fine. You can turn your neck. Good. Okay. Good. Right.
And what we're looking for here?
Round about 45 degrees. So from kind of like, this is kind of like neutral.
Yeah.
We're just like before that. Yeah. Do you feel tightness with this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Where do you feel that tightness?
Just like pinching in my like back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top of my back, like kind of like near my shoulder blades.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. That's just it. That's where that thoracic spine is. Yeah. So working on this mobility is going to be great for our golf swing. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go straight into like the cervical rotation, which is your neck. So I just want you to, in a seated position, just turn as far as you can from one way to the other. Again, so that's quite good. And then the other way. Nice, good. Pretty good both sides. So usually you've got about probably 80 degrees both sides. That's about 60 to 70 degrees is like normal range. So probably like just above that. But
results, finally.
Good. You got a good one, yeah.
Okay, wrists.
Last one, yeah,
cool.
Perfect. So this is the last one of the mobility test. So we're just gonna have a look at like wrist angle, so wrist extension and wrist flexion as well. So important to have good wrist mobility in your golf swing as well when you're gripping the club, if you're kind of like a bowed wrist person, and also like releasing the club as well.
I was with Ash earlier today, who's helping us obviously.
Yeah.
And Yeah, just trying to like even like flatten that wrist out on the downswing before you release the club. Like really struggling, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Perfect. So we'll do wrist flexion first. You generally have more wrist flexion. So
down?
I just want, as far as you can down.
Oh.
Perfect. So we'd measure that angle from here.
Yeah.
So roughly we're just below 90 degrees. So round about 70 to 90 degrees with that is a good range. So you've got good range with that one.
Cool.
And then just go to the top. So arms out in front, just go to the top. And again, that's it. You've got good wrist range of motion. So that's roughly a little bit less than flexion. You can get about 60 to 90 degrees with that, 60 to 70, but that's good.
I feel like one of those statues. Can I come up?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's great. So that's good range of motion at your wrists. So another good one.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
So we finished mobility. What have we got up next?
So we're going to test a little bit of strength work now. We'll use the equipment that we've got in the gym. There's lots of different ways to test your strength in terms of like so many different types of exercise, and there's lots of different pieces of equipment that measure data and things. That's obviously like if you have that data available, then use it, because it is good having like those metric values to compare at the start and afterwards. The two that we're going to look at today, we'll look at a loaded pull-up, and we're going to look at like a hamstring curl as well, looking at around about like 5 rep maxes for those.
We've chosen 2 exercises to show everyone out there, but in a typical screening you would do more. I know you mentioned squats and maybe a couple of others.
It might be something like a squat or like a knee extension, looking at like your quad strength, hamstring strength, and then squat is overall just like a great exercise for like lower body strength.
Power through the golf shot, etc.
If you can squat heavy, it's gonna really improve like your golf. Being able to hit the ball further, it's massive.
So this is basically now becoming a bit of a pull-up challenge. So go for 5 and get to 10. 10
we'll
rep
just
max.
have a look at like what is your rep max. So if you couldn't do a pull-up, then would find ways to like kind of reduce the load on it. So we'd use something like a band. Or there is certain machines in certain gyms that you can take the weight off your body weight. But in this instance, because you can do a pull-up, we'll kind of look at
We're about to find out.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen you do one. It's good form.
Okay.
So we'll kind of have a look at, see what your 10 rep max is, or just go for how many you can do. To complete the pull-up as well, chin's got to be like over the bar. Yeah?
It's not the military, it's golf and curious.
Good. 2. That's it. 3. Nice. 4. 5. Keep going. 6. 7.
This is awful.
Keep going. 8. Nice. Unreal. 8 reps. That's really, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's something that if we take that initial score of 8 and we'll work on like our strength and those sort of aspects to help that, we'll definitely see an increase above 8. I
think we need to do a Golf and Curious diet series. I'm far too heavy for those things.
Well done. That was great.
Rob's now got me hooked up to some form of BDSM machine, but I think we're going to do a hamstring curl.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got the cable machine here. So again, we looked at pull-up before. This one's looking at a bit of like hamstring strength. Again, that's just one of the tests, numerous tests that we could do. We could use things like a squat or loads of different machines that you can use. So this is going to be a lying leg curl. So you'll be looking at hamstring strength. And again, we'll be looking at kind of like a 5 to 10 rep max with this one, with this test. But for the purpose of the test, just show me like what the reps look like, Ollie. So you're just gonna bend this knee and curl it in towards you. Good. All the way?
Yeah, I can feel that.
Perfect, that's it. And control it down and things as well.
We don't need to show off for the camera. I think the weight's good.
Perfect, that's great. Again, we'd kind of up the weight and work up towards what that 5 rep max would be and compare both sides. Okay, so final part of the screening, which I believe is muscular endurance and capacity work. Like loads of reps, high rep range, so we're not going to put it all out there for people that are watching, but I think it would be great to get a couple of examples of a couple of the exercises. That's fine. There's lots of different tests with this. Some of them include things like single leg calf raise or a single leg hamstring bridge. So the two that we're going to look at today is like a single leg squat from a chair. So you can do this one at home. You don't need much equipment for it. You just need your body weight. That's it. And then the one after that, we're going to do a side plank, which is going to be either side. So we'll do the right side and the left side.
30.
Aiming for around about 30 on each leg. That's like you've completed the test.
Yeah. Okay.
But obviously you would look at the left leg, right leg. Usually, like, because I've always been like right-footed or right side dominant in my golf swing and things. Yeah. And a right-handed golfer, I'd naturally be a bit stronger on my right than my left. And that's why it's good to look at these, because if I'm programming you, I'll give you a lot of like single leg stuff or left leg work to work on. So using kind of like a bench or a chair for this one, just so your knees are at that kind of 90-degree angle. So whichever leg you want to do first, usually doing it without kind of like your arms, so you're not pushing from the chair. Arms across your chest or just by your side, and you're just going to work through as many reps as you can for it. But let's just, for the audience and things, show kind of what those reps look like. Push through your heel into standing. Nice, good. And then back down.
30.
Exactly. So 30.
Okay, we'll go for 3.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
And one more.
Try and get a softer landing.
Nice, perfect, that's great.
Cool.
And you would obviously test both sides, see if there's a difference there. Go for it. Nice.
That's weaker, I think. But
does it feel like it's got less control?
Maybe it's like slightly less stable, but
yeah, definitely.
I think like
back down.
Balance and strength.
Good. Yeah. Again, we'd look at how many reps you can do between right and left, and it's a good indicator of, okay, one side's probably a little bit stronger than the other. It's got a bit more kind of capacity in that side, something we can build up.
Last exercise?
Yeah, perfect. So this one's going to be a side plank. So we're going to test both sides. Again, that's working kind of like your core strength on the side, your shoulder strength and things as well.
Cool.
So yeah, let's get straight into that. Yeah. When you do this, it's important to have your ankles, knees, hips all in line. So come a little bit this way. That's it, perfect. And again, we'd aim to hold this for around about 2 minutes on each side for this one. Yeah. And obviously for the purpose of the test, we'll just kind of hold it for around about 10-15 seconds. Yeah. But again, we'd see how far you can go with it. Yeah. Yeah. And test. So we're testing your right side at the minute, and then we'll test your left side as well, see if there's any imbalances there with that. So you've completed the screen ollie, which is brilliant. We've collected kind of all the data from like your mobility, the strength side, and also like the capacity work as well. For the purpose of the video as well, we'd usually do a few more tests, which would involve like a bit more space and using...
And I'm just too tall, I'd have hit the ceiling on the jump.
So one of them is a vertical jump. So obviously if you've got like the ceiling height, you can do it, but you could do this like outside. And there's plenty of apps on your phone as well you can use. So lots of free apps that you can get that measure like your jump height with that, or you can get more expensive like monitors as well with that. Cool. And also like some med ball work. So using like the med balls behind you would look at how far and things you can kind of throw those.
Pick up a heavy one.
Exactly. The 12 kg is a bit heavy, but yeah, we'll go through like a 4.
Oh, hang on, I've got a 3. That's more your weight, Rob.
Perfect. Exactly. This one's great. So we'd obviously like make sure it's standardized for everyone uses the same weight and things, and we'd see how far you can throw it on your right side and your left side, and then that would kind of complete your whole screen. I would take that data, have a look at what you're good at, what you're bad at, and then program from there, and would retest in a couple of months' time. Cool, right? And that's just sort of so you've got working on all of the stuff, the technical stuff like golf swing, short game, putting, all that sort of good stuff we do at Golf and Curious, but then keep that ticking along and monitor it. I guess it's like, monitoring your handicap, it's like it's just a signal of progression. Pretty much. So that all those numbers sort of going in the right direction. This is the best sort of thing you can try to do to get better at your game. It's not all about just like getting better hitting balls at the range. Yeah. You've got to do the homework outside of that in terms of like looking after your body as well. Cool. Which is great. All about that. All about it. Yeah. Let's get you down to single figures. Yeah. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed it. No worries. Thanks.
If you enjoyed today's video, Rob's Instagram link is below in the description. Massively appreciate it, Rob. Looking forward to working with you.
Definitely, yeah.
I think we might have to have a golf match.
We will, definitely, yeah.
Cool, right, okay, we'll put a vid out there. I'll try not to smoke you too. Nah. It'll be good fun, it'll be good fun.
It'll be class.
Look, like, subscribe, but please do comment on the video. Would love to hear any feedback. If you liked any exercises, you know, give it a whirl. Let us know how you got on.
Definitely,
Let Rob know how you got on.
Definitely,
We'll see you soon.
Brilliant.